Well, that was a refreshing break. Let's come back and see what changed. Probably nothing important happened. My break wasn't that long. Well, it's high time to come back. Hello there everyone, my name is Jacob and welcome to Wise and Try's Building channel. In today's comeback episode, we are going to start a new series on our channel in Jurassic World Evolution 3 to celebrate the game's release, just about 8 months later. The goal for this episode is to build the entrance with the welcoming plaza and also add the entrance animal that will be greeting our guest, Psittacosaurus. Let us begin. And the first thing I'm starting every single project, or I like to start every single project, is the entrance. Maybe it's only on me, but I hate starting project where there is nothing. Like looking at this blank canvas, probably you experience that too. It's menacing. I don't know. I just looking all at this huge map. I have all of these ideas in mind, so and I don't know. It's overwhelming, I have to say, especially with the modular building that was introduced in the third game. It's a little bit overwhelming because you can do all of the things, and suddenly when you started thinking about it, it turned out that you are doing nothing because you are just looking at this blank space. But finally, I don't know. I decided I had an idea in my mind, a very simple one, and I went for it because I really wanted to jump back to YouTube, start it back, because the channel was abandoned since it was the October. Yes, it was the October of 2025. There was nothing happening, especially at the first celebration, the first birthday of the channel. And I think at this place I have to say why it was a thing. I abandoned the channel firstly because of the burnout when I was thinking about it. I burned out very quickly because there was lots of YouTube videos. I was looking at them. I wasn't very proud of them. Of course, the last series from Jurassic World Evolution 2 was something fresh. I liked it, but I felt burned out very quickly. Maybe because I was playing Evolution 2 for since the launch. Actually, it was 2021, so I was playing it for about 5 years already. 4 years. We can account that as 4 years. So I felt the burnout. And the second thing why I was gone is that Evolution 3 came out, and I know that making a YouTube video just after the launch of the game or just after the launch of DLC, it has the biggest sense because there's the biggest interest in that game. There are some games that are over nearly a decade, or they over 10 years old. For example, I don't know, from from our Polish backyard, The Witcher, the third part of The Witcher, it was maybe released in 2015 and people are still loving it, but I don't think it's the same thing in Evolution 2 because The Witcher is triple A game. This is one of the best game, lots of awards. Evolution series is much smaller, so for me it had much more sense to start when the game was released. But I didn't have time for that. Also, that's the third part. I didn't have time in my private life, and also I thought that firstly I want to experience the game and learn everything what's new, especially the modular building, new species, etc. I wanted to learn it on my own. Don't looking back at the camera, don't thinking about. I wanted to just play, not then recording everything, hopping into the hopping into the software, making YouTube videos. I wanted to experience it on my own. I wanted to learn it, not just going for it. I don't know. I don't just launch it into it straight. Don't just launch it straight into YouTube because that would be, I don't know, it would be too much for the start. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and that's why the first video from Evolution 3 is coming out. I don't think maybe in June. Yeah, we have June, and it is coming so late. But coming back to the build, because I'm already built the main entrance, and I'm now building the, I don't know, side buildings. Like the main idea for this entrance, it is difficult because I had this very simple idea in mind and I went for it. Maybe the main inspiration was the zoo in Singapore, because at the end, one of the entrances, because the zoo is huge actually. There is this. I don't know, this modernist. I have no idea about architecture. I'm sorry. If you know about it, tell me it down in the comments. I will appreciate. I don't know much about it, but I really like the idea, the architecture of the building, of the entrance that is there. And I built something similar that I had in my mind. And the main idea with the main entrance that it is menacing at the first time we are seeing it, and it is it is incorporate those windows at this very weird angle. So I imagine also coming to the lore of this place that this thing is for the conference hall. Some, I don't know, if the park is going to get some funds, there is a place to sit down, drink coffee, and talk about it for a while with the investors. I don't know. That's one of the idea with the entrance, and the another is that this is the entire lore of this park. It is Din Park actually. It is named in my server. It is Din Park. Maybe I will name it another in other way. I have to think about it. I have to tell you. But the main idea about it, that this is the park established by then, coming back also to the main campaign of the game, to house dinosaurs that were captured all around the planet, and maybe they were captured in neighborhoods, or maybe they are too sick to be kept alive. And after all of those years, after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Dominion, they are there and they are kept in a safety environment with all of the vets, etc. And people can safely, well, safely, we are talking in something like Jurassic World, but Jurassic Park, they can safely come in and experience dinosaurs. So also the park has funds to protect the animals and to build in separate directions. So that's the main goal for this park. And the other idea just behind the entrance, the entrance plaza, I think it was the park, the zoo this time in San Diego, because the zoo in San Diego I think had this interesting entrance, and then you are coming not into the habitat, not into the monument, but it was the lake where there were flamingos housed. I don't know, I cannot remember right now. I have to check if it was San Diego, but yeah, really, I have to check, but I really like the idea that the main entrance is coming to the lake that it is constructed right now in the speed build, and you are coming actually all around it just to go to separate places in the park. So I don't know, there is no the main plaza and they're branching out. There is more like, I don't know, a, a circle crossroads. I have no idea how to tell it in English, but it's much more to walk. There's much more place to set down some habitats, some restaurants, and I think it looks much better. I don't know. I like the idea, and also I would like to tell about the ideas for this entire project, because I had in mind that there will be a park, the big park, that will be separate in a few sections. I have a few ideas. The first of course, this section will be the entrance, the main section, which is actually building right now. I think it would take 2 or 3, max 4 episodes if nothing changed, and there will be some small animals, entrance animals. Maybe I'm also playing the gift shop, the biggest restaurant in the park. So actually, you can come in, you can rest if you came from a very far, have a dinner while looking at this beautiful lake. And also, I have idea to build a swamp, because I don't know, maybe I have a Shrek in my bloodline, but I love the idea of swamps, especially in this game, because we can make the best since the beginning of this entire Evolution franchise. I don't know that I really like the idea of swamps and the ability for some animals to swim. It's actually rewarding with this. We can play around, especially with the weapons pack that was introduced in December, a very long time ago, but we have it still. And also, I was thinking about, of course, to honor my favorite part of this entire franchise, the first Jurassic Park, the classic section. The classic section will be introducing all of the animals that were introduced in the first Jurassic Park film in 1993. So I don't know, I feel excited for this project, but least excited to actually make the videos in the software. I, you see, I really enjoy building, but the burning out also comes with making, because everything what comes to YouTube on my channel, I make it on my own, and sometimes it's not so rewarding. I don't like it. I really want to make shorter videos, because when I see that speed build is already half an hour long, I I don't want to do this task. I don't want to do the voiceover, and the video is just resting for weeks. I don't want to do it. Just today is the day that I just sat down and recording this what you're hearing right now, and that's only the reason why I'm thinking about firstly making shorter videos, because of course I sometimes like longer videos on YouTube. Overall, that's it doesn't matter what it is, but I think making for me long videos for it, firstly for you, it's you don't have usually so much time to watch a 40-minute long video, because sometimes that was the average on my channel, especially the first ever YouTube series that I made. And also it is overwhelming for me to record this voiceover, and I think the 20-minute time for this entire video, it is interesting. And I was also thinking about changing everything that was coming with making the episode. I was thinking about a new format. Of course, there will still be the creative building. There will be the Jurassic World Evolution 3, the Prehistoric Kingdom, maybe Planet Zoo 2 when it came out. But maybe I will do the same thing with Evolution, just like with Evolution 3. But that's not important for now. I was really thinking about doing something which you can actually watch in the channel from ZSH Plays. I don't want to do the same thing, but after looking back at my YouTube habits, the speed build episode made by him are, I don't know, they are the best for me. Actually, I watch the entire episode and I don't feel bored, where sometimes watching speed builds feels boring because you're just watching the speed up material, and I don't know, it's nothing happening, just the guy talking about it. And I really don't want to copy that thing, because that is his mark. I really appreciate that, and I love this format. But I really want to come up with an idea. Maybe I will be mixing the speed build with voiceovers. I don't know. Maybe there will be some places where I don't do the voiceover, so it's shorter and it's easier for me to also to make. I don't know. I will think about it in the future. But coming back to the speed build, actually a lot of things happen. The entrance is ready. The entrance plaza for now is ready, and now I'm building the Psittacosaurus habitat. I came up with the Psittacosaurus because that's the one of the animals that is perfect entrance animal. It can be colorful, it is active, and I know maybe it wouldn't be afraid of gas if I'm not wrong, because I'm not sure right now. It can also use the petting zoo feature, so that's also in the game. That's also in the game that yes, this animal is suitable for the guests to come. They are not afraid. They can come to guests, etc. And I also placed the nest and turned off the dinosaur maturing, because I want some baby dinosaurs in this project, because that's the biggest feature of Jurassic World Evolution 3, and I'm loving it, especially when I used to it after Planet Zoo, and because it works actually the same. We have just one thing, we have to place the nest. In Planet Zoo, animals were just breeding. I don't know whether it was the mammals or there were birds. They were just breeding. In Evolution 3, we need nests. Okay, fine. It's understandable. I like this idea, and I want this park to make it a little bit more suitable for the animals and a little bit of realistic. So now you can see me adding decals for the shelter for the Psittacosaurus, that maybe they will house when there is the storm outside or something like that, or this, I don't know, snowing, where we have a winter, wonderful winter in Europe, etc. Because this place, it's, I think, settled out somewhere in Europe. I don't know. I wanted to build this shelter so this everything is much more realistic. You cannot see it clearly. You can see it, but not clearly from the path, so it's even more realistic. And I also think about adding some, I don't know, facility areas, so this place is not so. It's magic. I will say the other way. Magic is not running this place. There are some people that are working somewhere. I don't know, maybe some vets, some rangers. So the they have access to the habitat that they can take care of the babies, etc. I like this idea for making this unrealistic reality, dinosaurs running around, making it more realistic, just like it would be a normal zoo. Okay, and right now in the speed build you can see me building the Psittacosaurus sign, which I'm really proud of. You can see I added this salt salad thing at the top, the bowl with the salad, to the sign because it was interesting. I cut it out from the speed build itself, but I was looking around for something among the pieces, the sign that looks like a taco. If you see the name of the dinosaur, you know what I mean, why I had this idea in mind, but sadly there is nothing like that, so I came up with this bowl of salad. I don't know, maybe in the future there will be new attractions added. There will be something like tacos, and I can add to this particular sign, or I can build it. I didn't build it at the first time because it will be too much for the first episode, and I don't know. Maybe I'm really surprised how well it turned out, this habitat, because it's not something like, okay, I will in Evolution 2, I will plan some ready-made buildings and then add some path, add some decoration, just like tables, chairs, bed, fragments, etc. There's nothing like it, and I don't want to record it because it's not so interesting, I think, to watch in particular way. I don't know if I was looking for the speed build, but somebody is placing trash bins. For me, it's boring. It's not entertaining. I would like more to watch the habitat design because I'm interested in it. I wanted to make it even more better, or the entrance areas because they are even more important. And speaking of the entrance and areas, you can see over here I added the Triceratops statue at the very beginning because I wanted it as a centerpiece. And it was the statue from Jurassic World Evolution 2 that was added, the last big update that was adding actually something. There was the statue of the family of T-Rexes, the Triceratops, and of the Stegosaurus. Really fine stuff, actually. Sadly, maybe in the future when I will end the last project actually in Evolution 2, I will add those statues because they are amazing. And I don't know, we will see in the future. And also in this plaza introduced the Maiasaurus statue, which is firstly because I wanted to make some garden area inside because one side of the entrance plaza will be this a little garden with Maiasaura area, and the other side will be for the gift shop, which will be one of the exits from this entire project. And yeah, I had this idea in mind. I want to make this place also as realistic as realistic you can make actually a dinosaur park. Yes. I don't know. I'm looking forward for this project. I really want it to be very interesting, and I really hope that we will also like it. Tell me down in the comments what you think about it, and write me about the ideas, what you would like to add, or something interesting that I don't know will be pleasing in that kind of project. I really like it. And over here you can see I also added the DIN sign because that's also a very interesting part because actually this entire project, this entire place is run by the Dinosaur Integration Network that was firstly introduced in the campaign. So we imagine that somewhere in Europe, I was thinking more about the Eastern, Middle Germany or something like that. Or maybe not Germany, maybe even United Kingdom, somewhere in Europe, okay? Somewhere in Europe. There was the park established by them to house dinosaurs, to take care of them, and also to raise the fawns. They will be captivated in safe conditions, and at the end, it turned out to be a very successful project. So that's the main idea about this place. I'm really curious how it will turn out at the end, and I cannot wait to make the entire tour of this project. And looking down at in the video editor software, I can see the speed build is already coming to an end. I also prepared very short cinematics at the end, so stick around to see them if you are curious. And at this point, thank you for watching. If you like it, uh, give me a like, give me a subscription. I will really appreciate. And for now, I will say my goodbyes and leave you for the cinematics. Goodbye.